Welcome to episode 11 of the Dream Park series, and we are now coming up to the final stretch of building this Western Canyon themed ride right here. I absolutely love how this looks. I really do. Probably my best ride I've ever made. In the last episode, if you didn't see it, we built this lovely entrance to the ride right here. You see, this is a queue and it zigzags all the way to the station. It's very hard to move your camera around in it. I also added another fossil right there, which is just a part of the ribcage again. The ribcage is just quite an easy fossil to reuse, so I thought I might as well just add it there. And yeah, like I said, we're getting pretty close to finishing this. All we need to do is add the Western restaurant, maybe there or there. Also, I might connect this path up to here, which would be pretty cool, which would mean we can add another building maybe. We've got to just finish off the underground piece, which is what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be filling in all of this area and the chain lift. And also, I can't forget about this gaping hole right here, which I think we'll just fill up with the, the grey metal walls to sort of act as a facade. But after that, the only thing that we have left are the supports, because the entire ride is literally floating. And the reason why I haven't done the supports till the very last, I'm going to do that, the last thing we do are going to be the supports, The reason for that is because I have no idea how the supports work. I really hate supports. I never tried them before. You can't knock it till you tried it, but I can imagine that they are a very painful thing to build. But yeah, like I mentioned, we're going to be continuing off this station right here, all of this area right here, as well as that area over there. And I'm falling through the track. Okay, no, I'm not. I'm fine. Okay, I'm now on top. Okay, what is happening? So I think the first thing that I'm going to do is actually head into a time lapse. Literally, as soon as the video starts, we're heading into we're heading into a time lapse. Because I gotta fill out this area right here with all the terrain that we need. Let's get it! And after a bit, this is what it's looking like. It's nothing, insane or crazy, but it gets the job done. The only thing I will say is, from this angle, it does look pretty cool, but this water's looking a bit bland. I think we can put something there. I'm not sure what though. Maybe just another fossil like the ribcage, but just not the ribcage. I'll probably just make a new unique fossil for right here. Maybe it's got like a tail popping out right here and like a head right there. I think I might do that. Maybe the same episode that we build the fossil right there, because I still want to build another there's a lot of fossils, guys. But I think you got that already. But there's another fossil that I want to put there. Not sure what yet. A lot of you guys actually said a megalodon, which I think is a pretty cool idea, and I think I will do that. So I might as well, in that same episode, we can build something right here, if I remember, of course. But anyway, we finished the back part of this ride, covering it all over with terrain, like you can see right here. And we've got a lot of space to work. Well, sort of. We've got a lot of space here, but the queue and exit takes up, maybe a bit too much space. But I've got a pretty cool idea for here. I didn't want to just do a boring old mine shaft. I think what we will do instead is make a boring old mine shaft with, I dropped some plans. My first idea was a whole bunch of fossilized trees. Hear me out on that. Yeah, that's going to be cool. Or another creature, a fossilized creature, which I thought, we've done. Yeah, we're going to be doing so many of those if we did another one. We'll just have a lot. So I feel like, to make it a bit more interesting, I'm going to go with the fossilized trees. And you're probably thinking, what the shell is a fossilized tree? I have completely no idea. But all the way back in 2021, in my Notme World of Adventures series, which is my OG series, I built underground in my log flume a crystal tree made out of rocks and crystals, which you went around in a log flume, which I thought was pretty cool. But it was a shame because every time you'd ride it, you wouldn't be able to see it because it's not a dark ride. You can't change where you look. And it was always to the side, and you can always only look forward, which is fantastic. But to pay a bit of tribute and maybe like an Easter egg reference, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something similar to that. We're gonna have, maybe a tree here, tree in the middle for sure, trees all alongside it, maybe some rib cages and some other unique fossils all alongside it. Just a fossilized area. So that's the plan for this area right here. We're gonna have a whole bunch of trees over, and I think it'll look really cool and nice and definitely interesting and unique, that is for sure. I'm just gonna quickly grab our terrain pillar right here, yes, which is what the trees will be sat on. I'm gonna try my best to take you through the process of me building these trees. I have no reference image. I'm just gonna roll with it. I'm gonna make a few unique trees. I might even, if they're really good and you want your own fossilized trees for some some reason. Might as well upload my own fossilized tree pack on the workshop. I don't know who would want that, but it'll be there, yeah? This is gonna be the main tree. I have no idea how this will look, but I'm thinking this is gonna be the best tree I've ever treed, and it's not even a real one. A root system like this, just like climbing up the tree. So I think we're just gonna have a, you know, try and have a mess around this. Make a really cool support looking system right here. I mean, a second when I've done that. Okay, I feel like this is a good base for a fossilized tree. I really want to try and get as much detail in this as I can, but also not hitting the item limit. What do you think? I've never like built a tree like this before. I really want to go big or go home, you know? Now I don't think there's going to be a bushy top. I feel like I really want it to sort of branch out or then maybe down a bit, like a willow, what's it called? A weeping tree, yes. No. Don't ask me how a tree gets fossilized, but it just does, yeah. You're telling me you didn't know that? Okay, something like this. I like that, yes. I like that a lot, Okay, I finished it. And I love how it looks. It's nothing crazy. I literally just copy and pasted this one that we built beforehand, and then I just copy and pasted it. And I love how it looks. Look at this. I got some smaller ones trying to grow underneath them, and I think it looks really, really cool. Let me know what you think down below, but this is going to be the main tree, I think. If we just move this to the side, you can get a better look at it. It looks a bit weird without the terrain under it, but I really like it. I think all that's left to do now is build a few more fossil trees. So with the snap of my fingers, they shall appear. So 3, 2, 1. No, wait. It's not working. Why isn't it working? I need to fix this, don't I? Okay, let's just clap. And there we go. I built 3 fossilized trees, and also you may have noticed, I've built some little pieces of dry grass and mud with dry grass. I think I'll add these here and there in the path, just to give it a bit more depth and texture and detail. But I built a tall, thick fossilized tree and a tall, thin fossilized tree alongside our weeping one that we just did. And I really like it. I love how these turned out, so let's add them. Actually, before we add them, let's actually see how this looks. I'm just gonna spray these everywhere. How does this work? Yeah. See what I'm trying to do? Just a little bit of dry grass here and there. I obviously can't put it everywhere because of the item limit, but just a little. Oh yeah, I like that. I'm gonna do this everywhere. I've never done this before. It's just an idea that popped into my head, and I thought I might as well give it a shot. That just transforms this whole place, man. All it is just a whole bunch of tiny little cones like here. Yeah, I really like that. I've never done that before, and I think I'm gonna start to forever. So what we need to do is just fill this up with terrain. I'll see you haven't done that because you've seen me place terrain about 1 trillion times already. So yeah. See you in a second. Okay, it was a bit tricky, but this is how it's looking. And I say that because when building this, it was very awkward to place all the terrain that I needed to. Because I would like try to place and my camera would be blocked by all this terrain. So I was very limited on space in that front. But I think it turned out pretty good if you just ignored that right there. But I'll do this later on. Right now, I want to add the fossilized trees. So let's just grab them and place them in. Okay, so here we go. Perfect size as well. We can also just make it bigger if you want to. Oh, this looks wonderful. And it's pitch black. So should we add some, I'm thinking some crystal orbs things, I don't know, just hanging from these trees maybe. That would be cool. And a few more fossil trees later. This is how it's looking, and I really like it. It might not make much sense why there's trees underground, but you know, who cares about logic when you have not logic. Yeah, let's move on. This cave's now looking pretty cool, but it is very dark, so let's fix that. Like I mentioned, I want to add some hanging bowl. I don't know why, but popped into my head and I thought it'd be quite a cool idea. Oh, that's creepy, but I like it. Oh yeah, I like this. Just the middle tree is lit up, and all the other trees don't have any light sources on them, so they're just sort of in the dark. Okay, that might be a bit too dark, but we might be able to just whack a lantern down. This is definitely an upgrade to what I built in 2021. Alright, so one thing I'm going to do now is actually decorate this cave and make it feel less empty and like I just made it in 5 seconds. And I think let's do that in a form of a time lapse. Let's once again get it. Don't stop. Okay, that didn't take too long. What I did was add a bunch of these weird grass pieces. Once again, the logic doesn't make much sense, but I think it looks really, really cool. I also smoothed off this part of the cave, which is the entryway right here. And I think that looks a lot better, especially when, look at this, and you get the big reveal. Actually, it's better when I don't have the lighting like this. I love that, bro. I was thinking maybe I should do something on the ceiling, and there's a gap right there, but I didn't want to, like, you know, have too much all over the place. I want your eyes to be on the tree. So I think this part of the ride is officially finished. next part I want to build is this part right here, the chain lift, which is on the opposite side of where we just were. I also got to make this not look paper thin. I forgot about that. So I'm thinking we just do a mine shaft. We just continue this sort of pattern all the way up until you get out. Literally, it will just look like this, but you're on a chain lift instead of a path. I feel like it's pretty basic, but it'll get the job done and will hopefully look good in the end. So yeah, let's just get started on that. Actually, hold up. I got this really cool idea. You know those cameras that just flashbang you when you're on a ride? And then at the end, you can actually see your picture. And you see that your picture is absolutely horrible. And then they make you ride it again. And then your picture's also more horrible than the last one. And they make you ride it again. And again and again and again. And it's a complete money farm, but in real life. Well, I'm gonna make that, but right here. So when you go down, I'll actually have it sequenced so that there'll be a little light and it'll flash whenever someone goes past here. And I think it'll just add a little bit of a cool detail, cool life thing. Alright, I think that looks good. What we need to do now is actually sequence it up. I think when the coaster hits right here should be good. So if we just go to appearance and then add, and then I think we can easily just add the light. Yep, that works. Yeah, okay, that's right. So let's just have it on for the, can we have this like 0.5? We can? That's a thing. Alright, well, let's put it on testing and see how it looks. Oh, it's it, and yes, that's perfect. I really like it. That's cool. But now, let's begin building this mine shaft. Yay, I love working with terrain underground. And I'm not going to do another time-lapse. Instead, I'm just going to cut. Alright, it is the next day now. We have basically finished the entirety of this ride. I finished the mine shaft right here, and it's nothing too crazy. It's just 4 walls with the mine shaft supports in. And it is all coming together quite nicely. I also, over here, did change this tree area because it was looking a bit too fantasy and more sci-fi-y sort of, you know, not what I was going for. So I got rid of all the hanging ball lights and instead put all the lanterns down. As if the gold miners were exploring and they found this and they set up like all their lights around to light up the place, and it just makes more sense in my head. Even though it is fossilized trees, I mean, come on. But I think it looks way more better. It makes way more sense. This is how it's all looking, and all that's really left is, like I said, the supports, but we also need to do the restaurant I've been talking about, and also fill up all of these like weird gaps that I'm gonna put like grey metal walls up behind, sort of act as a facade like this. Also, if you guys have not seen, I uploaded a video quite recently of me building another steam train. I built the Polar Express, and now I built another one, which is, of course, the Flying Scotsman, my favorite in real life train. But I really want to add this to my park, and I'm not entirely sure how to yet, so if you guys have any cool ideas, let me know in the comments down below. The first thing that came to mind was maybe like a viaduct over the top of this path, like really high up, and the Flying Scotsman on top of it, because, you know, a viaduct just makes sense to me. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And yeah, see ya!